Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Emperor. He has a pretty polarizing playstyle. I've seen a lot of people talk about either really loving him or hating him because of his defensive nature. He's a marksman character who specializes particularly in laying down traps and using zoning projectiles to force the enemy team to dodge around the map. Two of his attacks are kind of slow moving but large tracking projectiles. He has traps in the form of mines that he can place around himself, and a long distance attack that remains on the map for about 20 seconds and can trap enemies just long enough for an ally to run in and attack them. He's also got some direct damage abilities as well. His unique X skill continues his trap gimmick. It's a magic attack that traps enemies for about 7 seconds. So basically it's a free combo or kill if you can connect with it on someone, but it can be kind of difficult to connect. Aside from that, there's really not too much to say about the Emperor. He's a straightforward character in terms of, describing him, but he has a ton of potential and in my opinion is one of the best characters in the game. He's one of the best enablers in this game because his moves allow his teammates to do combos or follow up after them, and he also has some of the best zoning tools. Movement and position is so important in this game, so if you can disrupt that on the enemy team, you can really put them in a disadvantageous situation that your assassin or vanguard teammates can take advantage of. The Emperor also has some pretty good HP attacks on top of his powerful bravery moveset. The one I see used mainly is the one used in all the videos I'm going to show you. It's called Leviathan's Barb. It's a pretty quick attack, and it's just a direct damage, long range attack, which you see oftentimes from marksman characters. Our first video is going to be from the YouTuber Nube. Let's jump right into it. Alright, so we're going to start things off here. Blue team is going to be Emperor, X-Death, and Squall, going up against Cecil, Lightning, and Garland. So like I mentioned, our Emperor is going to be using Leviathan's Barb here. He's going to be kind of the long-range combo follow-up guy. Everyone's going to kind of rely on him to finish combos. And I also mentioned he's a pretty defensive character, so right off the bat here, he's going to kind of stand his ground, use some of his projectiles here. You see that red sphere moving forward, that's called Red Flare. It just slowly moves towards the target. You see that lightning circle off on the left here, that's called Thunder Crest. And that's just a trap that he can place down, just kind of making it difficult for the red team to move around the map safely. So he's going to kind of keep throwing out those attacks here, using another Thunder Crest right there. And the Summoning Stone is actually going to spawn here, so you see blue team moving over towards it. He and X-Death are attacking it from a distance. They're actually able to build up a lot of gauge there pretty safely since, they can attack from farther away. He's going to take a hit there. He's actually going to shield it and get knocked away. He's once again going to try to start throwing down some of his traps. Looks like Cecil's going to get attacked there off on X-Death, so he's going to use a Red Flare there, following up and dealing with a bit of bravery damage. And you see the two teams are kind of moving forward, so Emperor's just standing back. He's actually going to use one of his X skills. It's called Brave Magnet. It's one I've been seeing a lot of marksman characters use lately. And what that does is that purple aura, it lasts for quite a while, and it just deals damage over time to targets. You see all those 45s, 48s ticking. So it's going to actually build up his bravery quite a lot. It's really strong against melee heavy teams. So I think his bravery started at about 2300 when he put that down. You see it going up now. It's actually going to cap out at about 6152, able to break both Cecil and Garland's bravery. So great use of that skill there. He moved over to the Summoning Stone here by himself, kind of isolated himself though as red team kind of moved in behind him. So he's going to use his teleport X skill, just kind of move back to safety, get closer to his team, and actually going to immediately summon Ramuh here. So now they're going to be able to kind of press this advantage. Looks like the blue team's kind of moving back here. They were attacking Emperor for a second, so he just kind of backed up. He's trying to throw out that Leviathan's Barb there, but the red team's able to dodge out of the way. And now Emperor's just trying to kind of avoid the red team here. You see Garland is kind of sharking behind him, so Emperor just kind of dodges away. He's going to try to start throwing out his flares once again. He tries to use Leviathan's Barb, but was not able to connect. He actually takes an attack there by Garland, but he was able to shield it. Gets knocked away, but you see Garland is kind of focusing on him right now. Somebody on the red team is going to need to focus on Emperor and not let him just do what he wants, so it looks like Garland's going to try and do that. I just want to point out real quick, this is that X skill I was talking about for Emperor. It's the one that if anyone gets caught in it, it's going to trap them for about 7 seconds. He tried to use it there on Garland, but Garland was able to dodge away. Okay, so now it looks like Emperor's going to use that Leviathan's Barb though. Squall's bravery was ticking up because he actually had lightning trapped in a combo. Emperor was able to notice that, immediately throw out that Leviathan's Barb, picking up the first kill of the game there for the blue team. So he's throwing out some Thunder Crest there, trying to zone out the enemy team. I actually want to point out, so two members of red team are on the other side of the map here. We've got Garland and Lightning in front of the Emperor, and they've kind of left Cecil by himself to fight X-Death. So Emperor's going to do what he's best at here. He's throwing out his zoning tools, just kind of slowing down Lightning and Garland. They're both trying to rush over towards Cecil, because you see Squall has actually turned his attention towards Cecil as well. So it's going to lead to a 2v1 against him. So they're trying to catch up and try to help him out, but because of those red flares, because of all of those little projectiles that Emperor's throwing out, actually going to allow Squall to rush over and actually pick up a kill there on Cecil. So great teamwork there. So Emperor is trying to throw out his dynamite attack there, which is kind of a faster projectile. Wasn't able to connect, but he is going to use that Brave Magnet once again, building up his bravery quite a bit. He is going to get caught by Army of One from Lightning though, just taking a little bit of bravery damage here, kind of balancing out what he gained from the Brave Magnet, but that is going to allow the red team to have the opportunity to summon here. So now they're going to have Ramuh. They're actually behind 2 health bars now, so they're going to need to try and catch up here. Both teams are grouped up here. You see Squall using that HP regain there. He's actually going to move in, trying to attack Lightning there, but Garland actually comes from behind, picks up a kill there on Squall. Emperor tried to use Leviathan's Barb, but didn't catch anything. And now that all the red teams kind of collapsed on him, he's using that Teleport X skill, just trying to get to safety as best he can. He's just moving away from the enemy team, avoiding Ramuh's attacks. You see Cecil and Garland are both kind of focusing on him. He takes a hit, Squall able to rush in and actually knock Cecil away for a second. Cecil's actually keeping Emperor safe by knocking him away a lot. Garland was trying to move in, but you saw Emperor use that dynamite. It's a pretty quick attack, like I said, able to knock him away. And real quick, I just want to point out, because I haven't said this yet, that dynamite attack that Emperor sends out, if it doesn't connect on a person and it doesn't dissipate first, if it connects on a structure or the ground or anything like that, it's actually going to stick to it for a short period of time. You see that ball just kind of sticking to the ground there. So if anyone runs into that, they're still going to take damage. So it's another little tricky thing that the Emperor has, another cool little trap. So on top of being a really strong move, it can also double as a trap. So pretty cool. So anyways, Emperor is moving out of the way here. He's trying to use a red flare, using that dynamite, trying to zone out the enemy once again. He's kind of retreated back into these trees. Looks like blue team is sticking together here. So it looks like Squall is actually going to be able to catch Cecil in a combo there. Once again, Emperor noticing that Squall's bravery was going up, throws out that Leviathan's Barb immediately, picks up the last kill of the game there on Cecil. So really fantastic combos here by the blue team. I actually watched a couple of other videos from this same YouTuber. It looks like this Squall Emperor XF team is a pretty static team. They play a lot together. So it kind of shows why they're able to do these really awesome combos together. The Squall and Emperor were basically on the same page the entire game. They were able to pick up 2 kills kind of that same way, with Squall locking somebody down, Emperor immediately following up with Leviathan's Barb. Even if that character was off screen, he wasn't able to see it. He just kind of knew when Squall had someone locked down. So really, really good play there by the blue team. And I think this was a pretty good way to just kind of get an overview of Emperor. You saw him really utilizing that trap / zoning moveset that he has. The majority of the time, what you see Emperor's doing is just using that red flare, using that Thunder Crest, just making it really difficult for the enemy team to move around. He's going to use that dynamite attack if anyone gets too close, or if he needs just kind of a quick attack. And then other than that, he pretty much just uses that Leviathan's Barb, just kind of looking to get picks, looking to combo with his teammates. He uses other attacks a little more sparingly, but those are kind of the most effective attacks that he has. Okay, so moving on into this next match here, we're going to switch YouTubers. We're going to be following a YouTuber named Okazaki Alfred. Same concept though, he's using Emperor, using the same HP attack here. And so our blue team is going to be Emperor, Titus, and Sephiroth, going up against Vaughn, Shantoto, and Cloud. So blue team has a pretty aggressive comp with Sephiroth and Titus. Emperor is going to try to set them up to do as much damage as they can, and also try to follow up on any combos that he can get. So they're starting off in these this forest here. You see Emperor just kind of doing the same thing, throwing out his projectiles here. That blue flare, same thing as the red flare, it's just what he uses when he's on the ground, but it has the exact same properties. So you see him just throwing out those flares, just trying to zone the enemy team. He actually catches Shantoto in a Thunder Crest, and it kind of combos with himself there, caught a red flare on her while she was stuck in that, breaking her bravery and building up Emperor's quite a bit. Red team is trying to move forward here, so you saw Emperor kind of move back. Still just kind of playing the same game though, just throwing out his red flares here. So red team is chasing the blue team kind of into this forest. You see Emperor just kind of backing out of it and just once again just throwing out his projectiles, making it more difficult for red team to move around. They caught Sephiroth with some attacks there but didn't deal any HP damage. You see Emperor try to connect with that Leviathan's Barb, does not actually connect with it though. So now he's just back throwing out his projectiles. You see them all kind of moving in, trailing the red team here. He's going to build up his bravery quite a bit there. You see he's got enough to pick up a kill on anybody if he can connect with an attack. The summoning stone is going to spawn though, so he's going to move over to that. You see the blue team's got they're actually already finished it up here. So they have a huge advantage over the red team here in terms of summon gauge. Red team doesn't really have anything going for that. And you see the blue team's trying to get their summon off. Vaughn's trying to harass the Emperor so he's not able to help his team summon, but his two teammates were able to finish it off. So now they're going to have Shiva here. We'll see if they try to abuse that and go in. Emperor's going to be trying to look for somebody to use that Leviathan's Barb, and we'll see if he can catch anybody while they try to dash away from Shiva's attacks. He's going to actually throw it out there and immediately catch Cloud on it. Cloud might have been caught up in an attack animation or something like that. So he was able to pick up that kill. He's also going to use that Brave Magnet like we saw in the last game, building up a little bravery there, got about 1,000. He catches a Thunder Crest there on Shantoto. And now you see Blue Team is trying to move in on Red Team now. With Shiva active, they're trying to be really aggressive. Emperor's going to throw out another Leviathan's Barb, does not connect with it, but he's built up his bravery once again up to a point where he can pick a kill on anybody he can connect with. Tries to use the X skill there on Vaughn. I think Vaughn got hit by Shiva's attack, but he wasn't able to connect with it. Vaughn was able to dodge out of the way. He's actually going to catch Shantoto as she's dodging forward to avoid Sephiroth. He's going to use that Leviathan's Barb, kind of locking her into a no-win situation because she had to dodge to avoid Sephiroth, leading up to her being killed with the Leviathan's Barb. Now, Vaughn was there to pick up a kill there on Emperor to kind of balance that out, but it's a good trade for the blue team because now they only need one kill left. Now, Emperor tries to use Leviathan's Barb there on Shantoto. She was in her X skill though, which leaves her invulnerable, so he wasn't able to pick up a kill on her. He's going to shield an attack there from Vaughn. Once again, trying to throw out that Leviathan's Barb, trying to pick up the last kill of the game here. He's got enough bravery to do so if he can connect. Red team is ignoring the summoning stones so far, so they're trying to stay focused on what the blue team is doing. They don't want to give up a kill here. Emperor's really just kind of trying to fish for that last kill. Not able to get it though. Vaughn's able to connect with an attack there on Emperor, and Vaughn able to hit him with another one. Emperor kind of limited on his close range options if he's being caught from the side. So Red team is trying to move in on Emperor though. You see him moving out of the way. He's going to throw out Leviathan's Barb once again because Vaughn was using ground zero, but he was able to move out of the way in time. Now blue team's all moving in together here pretty aggressively. Red team's trying to summon. Emperor's trying to throw out Leviathan's Barb to interrupt, but they were able to dodge out of the way. It did interrupt the summon from happening though. Looks like Sephiroth is kind of caught in the corner here. Two members of the red team is trying to move in on him. So actually while they're trying to do that, they're trying to focus on Sephiroth to make something happen here. But I think they're being a little too aggressive because it left them completely open for the Emperor to just use his Leviathan's Barb, pick up a kill there on them. So nice awareness there by our Emperor player here. Able to pick up every single one of the kills for his team. And just kind of shows how great that Leviathan's Barb move can be, because if anyone's not focused on you for just a second, you know, just like most marksman characters have an ability like this, but if anyone's not focusing on you for just a second, you can easily pick up a kill. It's great for comboing, and also it's just another great zoning tool too, because it has an aura that shows up on the target you're using it on for just a second. So it's just another thing in the Emperor's arsenal to force somebody to dodge away or move away. So that's pretty much the typical, you know, high level trap defensive based Emperor play here. And I say defensive based, and he was using all of those projectiles and all those zoning tools, but that play style can still lead into kills. Whenever you catch somebody having to react constantly to what you're doing, it can allow you to kind of sneak in some of your HP attacks, allow your teammates to do something, and, you know, like we saw, lead into Emperor picking up a lot of kills in this game. So great job by the Emperor to just kind of have that awareness and pick up those kills. Alright, so moving on into this last match here, we're going to have Emperor, Kuja, and Garland on the blue team going up against Ace, Cecil, and Titus for the red team. They're going to be on this Besaid map, which is kind of has some pros and cons for the Emperor. It's wide open, a really big map, so it's going to be a little harder to connect with some of his attacks, but he's got nothing in his way, so, you know, no one's going to be able to like lock him down on a structure or kind of trap him in any situation. So we'll see how that plays out for him. Now he's just throwing out those projectiles just like we've been seeing in the past games. Throwing out some red flares there, he's putting down some thunder crests. Both teams kind of sticking together here. They both have a lot of projectiles with Ace on the red team, and also Cecil has a lot of projectiles as well. So nobody's kind of stepping forward so far. Summoning Stone is going to spawn, so you see people moving over towards that. Ace tried to attack Emperor, also Titus moved in as well, but Emperor able to shield and just kind of back away, avoiding their damage. Both teams are grouped up. Once again, you see the blue team really sticking together here. And you see all of those red flares going out there. Ace is kind of throwing out his equivalent attack right there, throwing out some projectiles as well. Emperor's going to have to shield one of Ace's attacks there. Titus moving in. Titus is actually going to connect on Emperor, dealing a little bit of damage here. Emperor's still got a lot of bravery though, so not too much to worry about. Summoning Stone is going to spawn once again. You see Emperor just throwing out that dynamite there, quickly on it. He's actually going to get caught out by Titus there, taking quite a lot of bravery damage. He's trying to avoid Titus' attack again. He's going to use that mine attack there, kind of just preventing anyone from getting too close to him. No one really ran into it, but at least it prevented anyone from wanting to dive into him. So he's going to get hit from Ace though, take a little bit more damage there. He's just kind of trying to back up, regain his composure here.
Cecil tries to move in, Titus as well with the Spiral Cut, but Emperor just dodges out of the way. No one had comboed him or, locked him down in any way, so he could just move right out of the way and avoid their attacks. So it's kind of a battle of attrition here. Both teams is trying to slowly take advantage of the other. Blue team managed to actually build up their summon gauge to full, so you see they're going to get Shiva off here. Looked like Cecil was trying to attack Emperor while he was in the middle of summoning, but Emperor was able to shield his attacks. So blue team just using some of their X skills together here. They're trying to move forward. You see them all moving in as a group. Emperor doing his thing, just kind of throwing out some of those projectiles. He's going to use that Brave Magnet X skill, just dealing a little bit of bravery damage, building his up quite a bit. Looks like there's kind of a battle going on up at the top. And actually, Emperor was able to pick up a kill there on Titus. Kuja and Titus were dueling up above everybody. And while Titus was locked in trying to kill Kuja, Emperor was able to follow up with Leviathan's Barb. So at least trading out HP bars there, both teams losing one. Looks like Emperor was trying to move in there on Cecil. Titus does respawn though and actually knock him away before Emperor was able to really get anything going. Both teams just kind of brawling here. Looks like Cecil's going to catch Emperor with an HP attack, dealing a good bit of HP damage to him. He's about half health now. He's going to get up here, try to throw Leviathan's Barb there. Not going to connect though. He's going to try once again, actually dealing some good damage there to Ace. He took a little bit of bravery damage, but it doesn't really matter. He did deal some HP damage, so it was a worthy trade. Now he's going to try to use his X skill there, just kind of throwing it out, just maybe hoping someone would move back towards it. But the red team does dodge it, so no one caught in that. Emperor's just kind of trying to stick ahead with his team as you see them all kind of pushing forward here, just kind of using his projectiles, trying to throw out some Leviathan Barbs. He actually picks up some HP damage there on Cecil now, so dealing a little bit of damage to him, just dropping the red team's health bars a little bit as he can. He's throwing out that dynamite attack, just trying to build up some bravery, trying to avoid Ace's attacks as well. Ace is pretty quick, so just trying to keep moving. Blue team's kind of got some of the members of the red team in a corner. They do back away instead. Emperor still throwing out Leviathan's Barb. He's got a lot of bravery, so he's trying to drop that down on somebody. Not able to connect on anything so far. He moves out of the way of the enemy team's Brave Magnet there. He was losing bravery really quickly, but able to quickly react to that. Cecil tries to move in on him, and you see Ace actually dodge rolling in, trying to combo Emperor. He does actually get Emperor on the wall, but Ace was playing a little too aggressively there. You saw him dodge rolling in, so Garland's actually able to pick up a kill there on him. So once again, both teams trading out a health bar. Keeping it really even here with both teams with one health bar apiece. So Emperor just moving in, he's respawned now, so he's just trying to get back into putting down some traps on the ground. Red team is going to get Shiva out here though, so we'll see if they're able to really aggressively push with this. Blue team's going to have to be careful working around her. Looks like they're still trying to, stay close to the red team though. They're not backing away. Emperor's actually going to throw out Leviathan's Barb here, picking up a kill there on Cecil. Looks like there was kind of a skirmish going on there. He was able to take advantage of that before Shiva could really get going with her attacks and finish off the red team. So really smart play there by the blue team. A bit of a risky play there if they weren't able to get that kill off that quickly. Shiva was probably going to turn the fight, but a good job there to see the opportunity there that was arising with the red team being a little too aggressive maybe, trying to kind of fight before Shiva really had her effects going. And with the Emperor having a good amount of bravery there, it would pick up that last kill. So I thought that was a pretty good match, just kind of a longer match, kind of showcasing what the Emperor does in it's kind of these more open maps, seeing how he could just kind of drop those traps a lot and drop those zoning moves out in the open, just kind of forcing the red team to move around. You can kind of see his teammates reacting to that. You kind of saw Kuja chasing people down as they were kind of getting forced away by some of the Emperor's projectiles, and just kind of seeing once again how he can combo using that Leviathan's Barb with his teammates. So like I kind of said at the beginning, the Emperor is kind of a deceptively straightforward character. You kind of watch these videos, you see him kind of doing a lot of the same things over and over again, using those red flares, just trying to combo a lot with his HP attacks, similar to what a lot of other marksman characters do. But like I said, I think he's got a lot of potential. You can just throw out those flares, haphazardly, no problem. But really knowing when to do it and how to do it is what separates really good Emperor players from the great Emperor players. And I think whenever we have more dedicated teams that play together, and whenever you see tournament play, like if you watch the national tournament that just happened, they actually had a really good Emperor player that took the tournament. His team did. But you saw how good an Emperor player can be whenever they're coordinated with his allies, because he's such a combo character. He works so well with other characters that can move with his attacks and can lock people down so that the Emperor can combo with his Leviathan's Barb. So he's just a really good team player, and I think he's a really good anchor character for a lot of different team compositions. He works super well in this meta right now where it's one Vanguard, one Assassin, one Marksman, where everything's kind of balanced, so he can kind of control the tempo of the match and force people to kind of move the way he wants. whenever you're playing teams that are one marksman, one vanguard, one assassin, you don't really have a lot of up-tempo. Maybe if you have like a Sephiroth as your vanguard or something like that. But, you know, you're not moving so fast with all these assassin characters bouncing around or anything like that. It's a bit more balanced, so it's a lot easier for a character like Emperor, who can really slow the game down with all of his zoning tools, to take control. So I think that's part of the reason why he's really showing up right now and just kind of being really popular and being really effective in teams. That's one of the great things I really love about the Emperor, though, and his character. He's one of my favorite characters that they've released since the original 14, just because he can really kind of change games himself. So you kind of have to play around him. So I'm really interested to see how people do that, and if it's as big of a factor as I think it is. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I really think that his projectiles are just incredibly powerful, and his Thunder Crest, all of those little zoning tools are just super powerful against slower teams. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. But yeah, I definitely think, like I said, Emperor works well with a lot of different characters just because, you know, everybody needs to combo, and he's one of the best combo enabling characters. So I really think he's incredibly strong, and I think we'll be seeing a lot more of him in real teams. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video here on the Emperor. Definitely check out the two YouTubers that I've highlighted here in these videos. They're both really good Emperor players, both really good players in general. So do check out their channels. I got them linked down in the description below. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next Friday with another video. Have a good one.